What up, guys? We got new live arena season, and this time I'm gonna get all of the rewards way ahead of the time, meaning that we will probably also get harder fights because I will be higher ranked more early. But I'm kind of more prepared for it this time since I already got a lot of experience pushing in the last season, and we'll see how it goes. But it's definitely not gonna come down to the last session. Maybe I'll get it done in like the next week, let's say, like way ahead of time. That's my plan, but we'll see how it goes. I haven't pulled anything new. There's not like new champions, you know. I've been still kind of saving all of my resources for them. I always forget the color, not Donatello, but Michelangelo. Like, I'm still waiting to see maybe I can get him or not. So I'm kind of haven't been pulling shards, not pulled souls or anything, just saved everything for the chance that maybe I can get him. But I did put my Helicat in protection set. We'll see how it goes, you know. If you remember my old stuff, like when Live Arena was like freshly released the game, first 6 months I was using Helicat a lot. He was one of my main nukers. Like, I used him, like, he was maybe as much I was using him as Rotos, or like every chance that I could use him, I would use him. And at that time, during that meta, there was way less champions that would do buff strip or reduce the duration of your buffs. All of that stuff kind of came later on. I mean, there was some of those champions, but they were not top tier, or there wasn't as many of them. Or I mean, both of those factors. But basically every chance that they didn't have lockout or buff stripper, or they only had one of those, I would go with Helicat. And Helicat carried me in so many fights, and it made so many people mad and so on. So I had a lot of fun playing with him. In the current meta though, there's like so many of the most popular champions. Like, not popular as in, you know, they are like free to play champions that everybody gets. That's true if we talk about Marius and Embrys, but they're also some of the strongest champions in the game. So even if you don't pick something like Helicat with unkillable or block damage or something that needs to be buff stripped, you're still gonna meet buff strippers. They're that common. Usually they might have even like 3 to 5 of them. They might have every single champion in their team being like a buff stripper or buff duration reducing champion or lockout. That happens. Like, I've had many fights like that. So it's very hard to use Helicat and champions of his ilk unless they have like inbuilt protection or something like that, and that's probably gonna be the next thing that happens. I'm sure there will be like a mythical Helicat at some point with protected block damage or something like that. I totally see that happening, but I'm gonna try protection set today to protect myself. I used to run Helicat as a nuker, you know. I had him in lethal set with high speed, but also damage, so that he could actually, in some situations, kind of frequently actually, he would be able to solo some teams sometimes. And even if he wasn't doing that, he was a nuker, and I could kind of choose if I want to go with 2 or 3 nukers, and I could just have one other nuker and him in many fights, and he would have enough damage to finish the fights. That's not the case today. He's full support, no damage, you know, kind of fast, 332. Nothing against, you know, the people these days, but we'll see if I can make some use out of him. I don't wanna, you know, let's get into the fights. I don't wanna make like a 15-minute speech about Helicat, and it's not even a Helicat video, it's just a live arena video, but let's go. I did one fight yesterday, if you're wondering. Like, live arena was, or the new season started yesterday. I did one fight so far. I was just way too tired to actually play it, so. Okay, let's go. The usual stuff. Marius, Fabian, you know, Embrys. Every game, those champions, every single game. Okay, he's going with very heavy CC team. Looks like kind of a speed team, but he has a reviver. I guess we'll go with more than Rotos. Maybe I could use Helicat against this team, but you know, that's assuming that I'm banning Fabian. I could use it against... Should I try it? Maybe I should try it in this game, just to see what happens. Like, the thing is that Galatir could obviously buff strip and CC my Helicat, and he's in full protection, not... Should I try it? Okay, I want to try it. I don't think... I was thinking of going with, like, the Rooster, to be honest, but let's try Helicat one battle. Rooster could have, you know, not been locked out and killed what you call this champion? Siegfried through unkillable and so on, but okay, let's try this. Or reduce the duration and everything. If I get it up, I think it's good, but we'll see. Kind of uncharted territory, because for obvious reasons, me and nobody else has been using Helicat for a while, but if you watch some of the old Live Arena videos, he used to actually be like super powerful. He was so powerful, like I've told this story multiple times before, but it's one of my favorites. He used to be so powerful, like all the things, you know, trolling Panda, you know, stirring things up. The thing that I've gotten most pushback ever in Raid by far was using Helicat. There were so many of those, you know, big mega whales, including like my clanmates in Mad, that were not happy about me making Helicat videos. Not just because, you know, I would sometimes split them on video with Helicat, but other people would use Helicat more, and they were telling me many times that I need to stop making Helicat videos and I can't put Helicat in thumbnail, and it sounds super funny, but some of those people were like super serious about it, and it was always kind of, you know, obviously I'm the type of guy that if you tell me to not do something, then it suddenly becomes way more interesting to do that, even if it wasn't my original intention. So it it kind of I used to put Helicat a lot in the thumbnails just because people were complaining about it, but I actually also, you know, he was super good. I was using him a lot. Seems like he might be good in this fight too, but we didn't proc a lot of protection. I was kind of unlucky. I'm pretty sure I have to double check now, but he should be in 9-piece protection unless I accidentally change something. Which should mean 75% chance to put protected unkillable. Anyway. I mean, there's other champions like, fuck, I forget the name. There's is it the Barbarian Mythic champion that does block damage? It's not like Helicat is the only one, but outside of that Mythic champion, I think Helicat might be the best one to do it. I mean, it's definitely better than like, than Roscar the Tower or Santa or those other like options. The old school options. Fabian, I mean, not Fabian. Helicat was kind of like the Fabian or Armans of his time, honestly. He was good in PvE and also insane in Live Arena. Okay, so, you know... Oh, he gave up. Siegfried was buying a little bit of time there with his passive, but I was actually doing good. Though I don't... didn't seem like anybody was protected, but he wasn't able to buff strip it, I guess. Oh, he has the 10 wins achievement. By the way, the first fight I had yesterday was interesting one. I was kind of asking in my Discord too if anybody knows this guy. So this guy has like the rank 1 trophy, and it's a very old account, as you see, 2019. He was not running mythics against me at all. I don't think even the 5th champion was mythic, but I can't remember what it was. It was kind of interesting that it's like a old account that stopped whaling, or, you know, like, I'm not familiar with this name, but obviously, you know, people change names and trade accounts and so on. But it's kind of like my account in a way that with not only does he have the top 3 avatar, but he actually has a rank 1 trophy, which I think was added much later on than the avatar. So it can't be 2. I don't think they were added at the same time unless I remember wrongly. So it can't be like too long time ago when he got it. Or I mean, it's a long time ago, but it can't be like... I don't remember it. Maybe 4 years ago or 3 years ago maximum. It can't be older than that. And he wasn't pulling any mythics. It was very interesting. Anyway, let's double check the Helicat. Helicat build. By the way, I love all of the... I mentioned this before since my comeback that there's been so many quality of life things that are not like the biggest deal, but actually all of these together make the game so much more fun to play and more like, you know, saves a lot of saves a lot of time, makes it less frustrating and more, you know, user friendly. One of them is the champion tags. Like the build tree for me is just my PvE champions, and obviously arena build is my arena champions, and then this combined with like item presets makes changing them and, you know, looking for the champions that you're planning to use a lot easier and faster, and it's super nice. Okay, so we do have 9 Ps. I was just getting insanely unlucky there, because usually when I use, it's the opposite, that everybody gets the block damage protected and there's nobody without it, but there nobody got the protection, which was insanely unlucky. Like, it's kind of hard to decide between like going for the full 9 Ps, because these days obviously, not just, you know, anytime recently, it's been a thing for a long time, but you can get 4P stone skin and you can use accessories to get those. So like basically if you use, you know, 3 accessory slots for stone skin, you only need 1 actual item armor slot for getting the bonus and having stone skin, and, you know, making it easier to get the first turn on your champion. Wait, what do I want to do? Very force heavy. I don't know if I want to go with mod. Well, actually I should go with mod. Let's go with mod. But yeah, the 4P stone skin is a lot easier to get, and obviously as a slow pro like me, I really needed the stone skin. I don't really like to go like I use 4P stone skin on basically every single champion, almost, you know. There's some champions on purpose I don't want to have in stone skin, like Bolster Duchess for instance. I'm not running it in 4P stone skin as a potential, you know, bomb option. Okay, this team looks a bit scary. But yeah, going for the 9 Ps is you have to sacrifice everything. You need to be insanely fast or go first usually to make most out of it, because before the buff stripping was so common, you know, even if my Helicat wasn't the fastest, he had 4P stone skin, and back in those days, you know, pretty much the only thing that could kill him through stone skin would be like a charge it, and that's it. And obviously lockout and buff strip would also ruin the strategy. But yeah, it was a lot easier to pull it off. Now if I run 9 piece protection, I can obviously get him slightly faster, but I'm not that fast, and I can't run him in damage. I don't have the immunity or damage, you know, being immune to CC and damage on the first turn. I just have the chance to get protected block damage. I don't have like a good supports that I can just blind pick when I'm not sure like about their full team and what to pick. I don't know if UDK was the best choice. I used to use him a lot more back in the day, a lot less these days. I mean, his passive is still good, but it's not like it used to be honest, so... Okay, not good. I wish I would have procced the Siegfried passive there, but I think that's about it. We need to go for a Hail Mary and see if I don't if I proc Helm Smasher and I don't weak hit against the Embers, but even if that happened, I would lose. Okay, we lost this one. This guy was running full. By the way, this is a funny contrast. Wait, can I see it? Oh, the other battle already disappeared, but this guy was running full Mythic, and the guy with the rank 1 trophy was not running a single Mythic champion, so... Oh, this guy has like... earned by taking first place in any tournament leaderboard 30 times. I don't know if I have ever done it. I think I have done it in like some of those like arena tournaments sometimes by accident. But definitely not 30 times. And those tournaments never have any good rewards, so nobody cares about them. Oh my god. First place on global leaderboard. I don't think this guy is a free-to-play account. Interesting. Anyway. I don't really know what I should have picked against him, but definitely not UDK. Also, some of those champions, like, what? I forgot what is even this champion's name. Like, Ashanar and that other guy, I do see them sometimes, but not that often. Like, I'm not high, like, I know this is like a support and reviver and so on, but I'm not high enough to see these guys a lot. And I'm not just, you know, I'm not as, used to them as I'm to the other champions, and I don't have like a set strategies against these guys. Even Ashanar, I thought he wasn't like good, but I have seen him actually quite not a lot, but several times in the recent times. It's kind of funny that Burn has actually become kind of meta. Not, I wouldn't say meta, but you know, there are several Burn champions in the meta, and it used to be never used. But Plarium did it in their typical, you know, Plarium money grabbing way, that there is, you know, potential in Burns, but that's pretty much like Mythic champions, and you need to have like, is it 5-star blessing to make it work or whatever, but as high level blessing as possible. I think 4 minimum. I think it's 5 to get the 100% damage increase, if I recall it correctly. But even if you have a burn champion that actually can use the burn, you need to have blessing, otherwise it's not good enough. So speaking from experience, because I have Sulfurion, he's kind of, you know, borderline usable. Not the best out of those burn champions in the meta, but he's almost usable. But you need to have, you know, he needs to be fast, and you need to have high level blessing on him. And obviously I can do neither of those things, so... Okay, Kalvalax, interesting. Now, you know, I was just making a speech about me having everybody in stone skin, so that I don't have to worry about... Kalvalax is not gonna be the loss condition for me. I'm not really bothered by him. I mean, I guess it could kill my revivers, basically, because only Angora is in stone skin. I think I'll run Duchess here, actually. Duchess is more base HP, so even if he, I mean, he doesn't have high level blessing on the Kalvalax. It's basically the same as the burn thing, and it's not empowered. There's no way I think this Kalvalax would have enough damage, even with the Poison Relic and a good build, to one-shot my Mord, I think, but definitely not my Datsus, so... Oh, he's going for bomb. Okay, he was kind of... that's actually nice, nice combo. So, obviously going with the poisons is kind of... not just the poison, but the Kalulak strategy is making me use Stone Skin, but then he's also using Gnishak, who totally destroys... destroys Stone Skin. I go for Gnishak ban. I pretty much always ban him. Gnishak is one of those champions that if the enemy goes first, then you're fucked. And even though he's not really, you know, he's not the champion that you want to pull, he's not the best champion in the game, but if you have a good account, you can totally get wins with Gnishak. Or by good account, I mean fast account. But it's basically, you know, the same thing. Not to, you know, not to get into like debates too much, but a lot of people were memeing around about the video lately by Ash. Like it was titled something like "Speed doesn't matter" or something like that. Like speed is not relevant these days. And in my opinion, it's the complete opposite. Speed is the king. Speed is insanely oppressive. And sure, there's some specific conditions sometimes where you can counter some champions in a speed team. But there's no counter against speed itself, and speed is insanely OP, and the speed meta, you know, definitely needs to be nerfed at some point. And we go back and forth, you know, they release reaction, Swift Parry, Stone Skin, you know, they keep doing it, and then they keep doing it the opposite, that they, you know, make Polymorph unusable and this kind of stuff, and, you know, they come up with champions like Marius that Stone Skin doesn't work against, and so on. So, you know, it's a back and forth, and, you know, Parium is obviously making money, but I guess in a sense, you know, keeping the game interesting by shuffling the meta. So maybe the day will come at some point again that speed is not in the meta, but it's definitely right now. I'm kind of happy with that one, but his team honestly didn't seem that tough. For me, speed teams are not the biggest trouble. The biggest trouble is like teams with high CC. This guy is just like I mean, he has CC with Carnage, but it's not that kind of, you know, it's not double lockout with Carnage like some teams have. Some teams, you know, have basically triple lockout or even more, so it's just damage and speed. Anyway, a lot of rants, but as long as I'm winning, then it is what it is. Not is what it is, but it's good. I can rant if I win. I can make my villain speeches if I destroy some other free-to-play accounts. By the way, what do you guys think? Do you like speed meta? Do you think right now the game or PvP, the divide between like speed and go second, do you think it's balanced? Do you think one is like way stronger than the other? And do you think like something should be done about it, or what specifically, if you think so? Or and like how can we actually make it so that, you know, it's not that always that one of them is dominating? How can we actually make it balanced? I think it's kind of hard. I think Parium basically, you know, they kind of did. I feel like, you know, Polymorph and Stone Skin were the best ways to counter it. I don't know what else they could do about it, and obviously both of those have kind of been made obsolete at this point, or much less effective. I mean, to be fair, obviously it's impossible to balance a game like this so that everybody's happy. with so many different champions and mechanics and so on, and PvP being only one part of the game, and PvE and just, you know, account progression and completing all of the content, that's much bigger part of the game, obviously. So, but then again, you know, all of the complicated champion mechanics and item set mechanics and so on that we have in the game, that kind of complexity is like made for PvP. For PvE, you don't, you know, most of the mechanics, let's say, maybe not most, but a big amount of the mechanics are completely irrelevant in PvE. They're clearly specifically made only for PvP, so it's not like, you know, obviously it's a really big part of the game, even though you could say that there's a lot of PvE players. By the way, I think I'll stream, well, you might see this video tomorrow actually, but I'll probably stream tomorrow. I think we'll do... Last time I had a marathon live arena at the end of the season, but I think this time I'll do it at the start of the season, so... I think I'll do a full stream tomorrow. I hate Carnage. I hate him so much. I guess it's kind of, you know, the reverse Helicat that I was talking about before, that he has, you know, protected lockout debuff, and there's nothing that you can do about it other than just going first. See, I have like trillions of debuffs on my, you know, on my rooster, and he's locked out in 15 different ways, so have a nice day. I really hope that I need like one good mythic support that has like some kind of heavy CC, like Galatir. I have Armans, but Armans could be picked or banned. I need like one more champion, and I would really want it to be like a mythic champion that has some kind of CC or anti-CC. That I can like build fast in like a fast build that can be a threat against teams like that. I mean, maybe just getting a normal lockout could be good too. Against that team, I think I could have used a lockout. Still, I still don't have a lockout. Fuck me. Missing Fabian is gonna like haunt me to the end of my days. I really hope I pull him from actual normal shards. I think I got like 20 sacred, so maybe I'll get lucky. Though I might, you know, end up pulling all of my shards for some kind of non-2x event to get Leonardo, I assume. Okay, so it's a speed team and he's running bombs. Let me think about it. Even if I go with double or triple bolster, I don't know if it's good enough against Commodus. It's very risky, but I might be able to pull it off. Should I go with Datsus or not? To be fair, let's go with Datsus. Datsus is gonna be good against both Marius and Commodus, so let's do it. And I think I'll go with Narcissus without Ancora. Ancora is in Stone Skin and doesn't have Polymorph, so I think I'm just gonna run this battle without it. I know, you know, it's kind of rare to see Narcissus stand alone. It's not, you know, not Tara's level, but I think I have to do it. This is a very exquisite team. It would be kind of funny to run Helicat, because we have the protection. I almost want to run it as a meme. Should I? Okay, I'll do it. The first fight where I run Helicat as a meme, I was happy with it. Let's see. But I think he's gonna just be bombed to death. Oh, okay, maybe that was a massive mistake. Okay, fuck me. I don't have any damage now. I didn't expect that he would go for it because, you know, usually Helicats are damaged, but he kind of called my bluff there. Ah, fuck. Okay, I don't think I can kill this team. Even if I, like, survive, I don't have the damage to kill him at all. Okay. I trolled myself in this battle. I'm so used to running him in the damage build that, Yeah, I should have just gone with any other nuker. I think if I picked like Evan Rotos with his stone skin, probably would have been fine, to be honest. He has double reviver too, even though they're both squishy revivers that I could definitely kill with like a nuke build Helicat or any really, like, you know, weak nuker, let's say. But let's try it. Maybe I can do it. Again, I'm not in damage build, but I think we might still be able to kill it. Maybe. Probably not, but let's try. Maybe he leaves the battle before realizing that my Helicat is not in a nuke build. I just really wanted to see, you know, how the matchup would play out with the protected block damage, if it would do any good against Marius. Like, if he was in the protected set with damage build, I think I would definitely win this battle. I mean, like, the concept here works. It's just like the old days, if I can find a matchup where I can actually get a turn. And okay, maybe he made a big, you know, mistake. Just he did ban my only nuker, but I have Armand, so there's that. But if I had damage on Helicat, we would easily win this, I think. But I was running, if I could do like a fast protection damage build with 9 piece, you know, I can't do it. It's not even remotely good, so I didn't end up doing it. But maybe if I like running Helicat a lot, maybe it will be a long-term goal to get the 9 piece nuke build, which would be, you know, very weird. I don't think, you know, is there any situation where anybody would run 9 piece protection set in damage build? Let me know if you're running a champion like that, but I'm pretty sure nobody in the game is running 9 piece protection as a nuker in live arena. Somebody was just telling me yesterday that he likes that I think the specific word that he was using, that I'm not a follower and I do my own stuff. So that would be, you know, obviously very quirky thing to run Helicat 9 piece protection nuker, but you know, I'm not trying to be, you know, I'm not trying to do like weird builds just for the sake of it. I mean, it always comes, you know, for me at least, has come from a place of, you know, trying to find a solution for a problem with, you know, with limited options. But obviously it's fun to do something that is like, you know, not considered good, and it can be sometimes, you know, it can be a strategy too, that if they have no idea, you know, what like your champion does or the build, it can be your advantage sometimes to run something weird, but it still has to be good. Okay, that's kind of funny. If I win this battle, it's gonna be just like the old days, that I'm turtling and doing like a 20-minute fight with Helicat and people get mad at me. So he still has, you know, he has the revive. Oh, he did surrender. He has the revive. Okay, that's hilarious. So if nobody, like, it should have been very clear, but I literally didn't have a nuker in this battle. I won this guy without a nuker. One could say that I baited him to ban my nuker and destroying him with the Armand CC, but to be honest, I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting him to ban Armans and like I wanted to try the Marius and Protection Helicat matchup, and I was thinking with the double shield I could survive and try see if I can make it work. But it actually worked with Helicat as the only nuker. By the way, we have so far 2 matches with Helicat, and he won both of them. It's not like a big sample size, but both of those were kind of, you know, not matchups where my first idea was to run Helicat, and I was kind of running him to test it against them despite those, you know, not perfect matchups, because, you know, I want to try the protection strategy and run it against things that, you know, would buff strip or do something, but so far so good. But yeah, after that battle, you know, just to be clear, you know, it's not like he has insane build or anything. He's 332 speed, 39% crit rate and 5000 defense, so no damage, but obviously he can kill them if Armand is seizing them to death. But maybe that's a new strategy for me, that I bait them into not banning my Armands. I guess I've definitely lost some battles like that too, now that I think about it, where they have like one nuker and I don't ban like Armands, or I don't ban some CC champion on like a super heavy CC team. Oh, it's against the clanmate. That's funny. If you didn't know this, he's from Arena Enchires, which, you know, is my clan that I started. So let's go. I need to open up Discord and see if he's saying anything. Okay, Fabian and Garnet. 2 of the 4 horsemen of Go Second teams. Okay, if I want to run Helicat against this team, we have to ban Fabian. And he has the last pick, so I don't think that's gonna happen. Unless he picks 2 supports now, I could consider going with Helicat. But I think it's not gonna be a Helicat battle. We'll see. I got those 2 wins that kind of didn't seem very guaranteed wins, so I kind of want to run it more in hard battles, but I'm kind of hoping we could get like one battle where Helicat is just like a easy, you know, easy pick, and is, you know, they can't do anything about it. But just 2 nukers, yeah, I don't think I can do Helicat here. I want to do it, but there's no way I can do it. I'm thinking, should I go with Angora and Duchess, or go with one Reviver and Rotos as another nuker? I think we'll go with double Reviver. Yeah, let's do this. No Rotos today. I need to get the final rewards of the live arena season and get that relic that is haunting in my dreams every night. I need to be able to crit against all of these 4 champions to blind pick Rotos against everything. And even then I will still, you know, get destroyed by Empress passive, but Oh, that's one of the relics, that the magma sheet thing. I guess it's one of the normal mythic relics. I kind of want to get it. Or was it? I think it's mythic one. I'm still, you know, even though I've been back for a while now and I've been grinding, you know, though, like, you know, mostly saving my... Oh my god, that hit so hard. I've been saving my resources, but I have been grinding. But on the relic department, I still haven't made any big breakthroughs. I don't even have like a single wand or any meta relic, let's say. So I don't think that's like a meta, but it's kind of popular. It's one of the better ones. Okay, I think I should just go for the... I could revive Duchess and get everybody back, but should I even do it? Actually, maybe I should do it. I was thinking of just reviving Narcissus, but now let's go for Duchess. Surely I can get a turn, right? Okay. If I can get turn on the Narcissus, I can, you know, blow through his Seacron passive, but can I get a turn? Oh no, wait, how does he already have it back? Oh my god, the Seacron hits so hard, but wait, how did he get it back so fast? Did he proc like a cooldown reduction? I didn't notice if that happened. I feel like he shouldn't have had it back yet. Ah, fuck. Anyway. It's a thing that I used to always say, like, back in the day when, you know, a year ago in live arena, always when I fought, like, anybody from my clan or my friends, I always lost friendly matches, like, 100% of time. They were always picking all the, you know, all the stuff that I can't beat. I think you might have heard that hard on the microphone. I was typing and asking the guy what happened with the Seacron. Maybe he just actually got the cooldown back, but I feel like he didn't get it through natural means yet. Voldomir. I feel like that sounds familiar. Or is it like Volodymyr? I'm not sure. A lot of lads. Or is it Volodymyr with U? With Y? U in Finnish? I guess we'll go with Maud, yeah. I definitely need that against the Odin. Oh, he's going with the white duo. And I'm running, you know, more decent bolster, so That is a threat. I think we go with Rotos. And should I go with both of them? Rotos and Rooster, or just one of them and Revive? And I think I'll ban the... Yeah, I think I'll go with that because he has so much CC anyway, so I don't think the Revive is gonna actually revive. It might maybe proc Polymorph, but it's not gonna revive. So let's go with double Nuker, and I'll ban the Narcissus, and I'll pray. I'll pray for Polymorph and, you know, Fabian weak hitting on Rotos or Armans or something like that. Let's see. Oh fuck. Gnishak. My nemesis Gnishak. Oh my god. I'm screwed here. I need to ban both of the nukers. I can't... Okay, I just go for Narcissus ban and... Oh, he even banned the mod. Okay, I'm screwed. I have one polymorph. There's no way. Okay, so I should have done, I guess, the ban on Gnishak, because now I don't have any bolster, but I flipped the coin the wrong way, so... I have everybody in Stone Skin and I have no bolster, fuck. I'm so screwed. This is what I was saying before, just like, you know, it's so oppressive to go first. Like, sometimes, if you, like, you know, align everything perfectly, you might, like, counter one champion, but you're, like, always, it's always uphill battle. You're always automatically giga countered on a go second team. And you need to have, like, some insane, you know, counter measure against a specific champion to, you know, actually counter enemy team. Okay, everybody got one shot, yeah. I only had one polymorph. I need to get more, you know, blessings, but that's gonna be slow. And I guess, you know, the polymorph is so out of the meta anyway. Like, I have gotten a lot of comments since I came back that I'm not, or not that I'm using too much polymorph. Okay, now we're going kind of back and forth, but now we have 2 losses in a row, fuck. Can we make it 3 and get a bot team next? But yeah, as is very evident already, you know, I really want to try Helicat a lot, since I'm, you know, I want to try the protection strategy. But even with, you know, wanting to try it, it's super hard to find matchups even with the 9 priest protection to use it. And you know, like I said, the running 9-piece protection set on Helicat is not like going first with a lockout champion. That way you're like automatically dominating the enemy team. Even if I survive to get a turn on Helicat, I need to survive first of all to get a turn, and then it's still a chance that I don't even get the block damage, and, you know, there's ways to go around it. So that's not like an automatic win, but sometimes it can be strong. But lockout is just generally like automatic I win button if you go first, and well, as long as you can use it, I guess. But like here he's going first. I think I'll go with the Rooster and maybe not ban Fabian. Okay, let's YOLO again. I don't think this is like a favorable matchup for Helicat, but let's see. Okay, yeah, I think we have to go for Fabian. Helicat is kind of a speed threat, like what I was talking about before, that my account only has one speed threat and it's Armans. Helicat kind of is, but not really, but he's a semi-speed threat, let's say. not really like a speed threat, but he's like a speed, I don't know, speed turtle or speed shield, like the opposite of threat, but threat in like a reverse way. Okay. Do we get feared? Okay, fuck. Okay, the Tara's nuke didn't do a lot of damage without him having a lot of buffs, but still not looking good. Then again, I should be able to... Can I just kill everybody here? Can I just nuke them with... Okay, that's good enough. I'll take that. Easy. Rooster for the win, let's go. Helicat didn't do nothing, and neither did anybody else really. Like, Moore took a couple hits, but that's it. It was basically solo Gallows match. I feel like, assuming that he had the same champions, you know, which obviously he wouldn't probably have if I just picked Gallows, but literally in this fight, if I only had Gallows and nothing else in my team, I think I would have won. I don't think he would have broken the stone skin. Anyway, we'll take it. I avoided the humiliation of a bot battle this time. Not maybe the most, not the strongest first session. Okay, I definitely need as much polymorph as possible again against this team. Oh my god, he has like all of the all-star champions. Everybody is so... Everybody in his team is ban worthy. Those are all like priority ban champions. I guess we'll go with the Rooster. He won the last battle, so he gets to play. I'm thinking of either Carnage or Marius, I'm not sure which one. I think let's go Marius ban, yeah. I have like 2 revivers in polymorph that are not in stone skin, but have polymorph, so I mean have a bolster, so they should be able to take a hit even if they get locked out. But the nukers are in stone skin, so they are not gonna get locked out instantly. Maybe I have enough RNG potential here to win. I'm not gonna get one shot before I take a turn, I think. More doing, you know, the attack buff on A1 is actually kind of nice. It's pretty powerful A1, like usually A1s are like useless and don't do anything. It's honestly one of the better A1s. You know, obviously there's other good A1s, like Rotos A1 is pretty good too, but being able to do the attack buff while she's locked out is very often useful to me. See, Rotos definitely wouldn't have proc the passive on Nice there without attack buff. Even though he's not building full attack and he also has a lot of emphasis on the HP, but attack buff is still a massive damage increase. Damn, I wish I got a polymorph there and Rotos didn't get stunned, but I guess Maud is gonna go first. Okay, we're double locked out. So okay, we got rid of the stun, but if we didn't get, well, never mind. We can get rid of the protected lockout anyway. Never mind. Polymorph wouldn't have saved Rotos. We can still do A1, so maybe if we get double turn, then we're good. I'm like mega CC'd. I'm stunned and locked out and then stunned again and fuck. It's kind of scary difference, by the way, like how much more tankier the Duchess is than the Maud. Maud even has better gear than Duchess, because I basically put my Duchess gear to Maud, so Duchess could have a lot. He could, not a lot, but he could be like significantly tankier than she is. It's kind of wasted on Maud because she doesn't have as good base stats as Duchess, but the utility that Maud gives is so good, so I'm using her a lot more than Duchess. Okay, that's a win. It's actually, you know, maybe this guy doesn't have the best gear or something, but it's actually very tough enemy. Like the teaming comp looked very tough, so I wasn't expecting to win it, honestly. I think on the last session in my, you know, live arena marathon in the last season, I needed to do, was it 150 or 180 points or something on the last session, and now we're getting like 42 points, or I had 9 points before this session, so I'm getting like 30 points from this session or something. I actually can't believe that I actually got the final rewards on the last session. I got it on the second last fight, and then I had like one more fight before it ended, and I lost that. So, and the guy that I had the last fight with was like a couple points away from getting the final rewards, assuming that, you know, he didn't already get them and then fall down. And I didn't notice it, and I got a lot of comments saying that, you know, I mean, I lost to him, but that I should have given him like a free win, and it was not nice. I totally didn't even realize or think about it then, but it is what it is. At least he won it in the end. So I'll keep that in mind in the next season. It may be on the last day, if there's somebody close to the final rewards, I'll just lose those fights automatically. Why not? It's not a big deal, so. Okay, Heprock, that's kind of weird. He picked 3 Nukers as the first 3 champions, and 1 is Heprock. That's kind of a weird pick. Maybe against this team we can actually whip out the Helicath. Okay, I'm thinking, should I go with the Duchess or Maud on this one? I think I should go with the Duchess, actually. Yeah. I don't think Maud is gonna be as interesting here as when her passive is like super needed. And Duchess has a higher chance to proc the polymorph, so... But I feel like, honestly, Duchess... Okay, what do you guys think about this? Do you disagree or not? I feel like Duchess at this point could almost be buffed. I think if they added some turn meter, obviously not full turn meter, or I mean they could do it, but if you gave her... Should I go with Helicat? I could almost try it. If you gave full turn meter on Duchess Revive, she would definitely become a lot more popular. That would be a big deal. But even not like going that far, but let's say that she revived at 50% turn meter or something. I think that would be kind of fair buff, because 0% turn meter revive in the modern day of Arena is just very, very bad. I don't know if that was the right ban, but I couldn't make up my mind who to ban. Usually, like let's say that they go with like 3 or more nukers. Usually the default answer is not to ban one of the nukers because they already have so many and you go for one of the supports. Kind of like if they pick multiple lockout champions, there's no point usually to ban one of them and you want to ban one of the 2 nukers at that point. But I don't know if I should have just gone for Arbiter instead. It doesn't have the Carnage in Stone Skin, which is not great. They're usually 100% of time in Stone Skin. I feel like he should have him in Stone Skin instead of Heprak and just not use Heprak at all, but maybe he has some reason to do this. I don't know. Definitely, Carnage is often used in teams with 3 nukers, and if you have like a speed team and then you have multiple buff strips, like maybe you have Fabian and Marius as nuker, or maybe you have like one of those 2 and a Galatir, something like that. He's insanely, difficult to deal with. Okay, when the rooster works, he's just insanely good. It's kind of like the one fight we had a couple of fights ago. He gets a turn and we're done. One shot at the entire enemy team. Okay, we actually got a small win streak here. Oh, there's still like 1 hour left. Actually, I guess I got short fights because I think I only played for 1 hour. So I guess we were doing kind of fast fights. I usually don't get this many fights in this time. The length of the battles has definitely reduced a lot, because I remember in the early days of Live Arena, and not even just the early days, but like long after the release, I had many fights that went to the turn limit, or not the turn limit, but the time limit. And it was so a big issue that I think originally the time limit for battles was 30 minutes. And at that point both of them lost it. And then they reduced it, I think, to 20 minutes or 15 minutes. But I haven't hit the time limit in like forever. I don't even remember last time it happened. Which definitely, speed meta has big thing to do with it than just the power creep and the increase of like lockouts and buff strippers, like I said. Everything is just too strong these days to stall it. Fuck, I almost picked Nakarada. I think that would have been a mistake. Yeah, let's go with either Duchess or Maud. I just need 1 reviver here. I could potentially still pick Nakarada, but not that early. Okay, interesting, Rotos. Should I try the thing before that I regretted, but it worked out? I could go with the team here with one nuker. The thing is though that he has Sifi, he has double reviver, and Sifi is a strong healer. But in this team, there's like no way he's gonna ban Marius, I think. Like, there's no way. He could do it, but I feel like there's no way. I kind of wanna try it. If he bans it, then it's my own fault, but I wanna see what happens here. There's no way he doesn't assume that my Helicat is a nuker. But we could go for a Sifi ban, and maybe it's winnable. Okay, I'm definitely going for a Sifi ban, right? Even assuming that he's not gonna ban my Marius, I think we should still go for a Sifi ban. Is he gonna ban it? Yeah, he didn't. Okay, that's what I thought. But I think I would have been able to win this team even without nuker. I think so. He wouldn't have had immunity, and his team is not like tanky, so I think it would have worked out actually. And it's not the same when your Helicat is not a nuker, but obviously, you know, the combination of oh fuck, everybody's feared. Do I even want to use the A3? Let's just do the A2. Okay, good enough. So, like, the combination of UDK passive and him being in, like, insanely slow build is very good combination with Helicat passive, because Helicat is always gonna counter-attack when you hit somebody in... I don't know if I should do the A3 or not. Let's just do the A2, it might even kill the Arbiter. Okay. But, like... when the UDK is low, and he always has the block damage up, then Helicat is like gonna counter-attack every single turn, because UDK is always gonna redirect one hit to himself, and that will enable Helicat to do damage, which was the strategy that I was using before, and maybe why I had those, you know, 30-minute and 20-minute battles, because I was going with my, you know, go second stall strategies, which, you know, some people hated, some people were using, but it's not, I can't pull it off like you were able to in those days. Okay, to be fair, Helicat did like nothing in that battle, but we were able to use him, but he wasn't a key factor in the victory. Also, another issue that instantly comes to like mind now testing the 9-piece protection Helicat a bit more. It's not just I mean, it's kind of obvious, but it's not just that without the 4-piece stone skin you're not, you know, getting one shot, but also the CC is issue, because there's a lot of champions that would CC you even if they're not healing you, that go before my Helicat, and he's eating all of that CC. Okay, let's get a big win streak and get to 100 points, and then it will be actually pretty good session. Okay, on the last, I think on the last video, I got destroyed by one of these stars, and I've been destroyed by him a couple times. He's kind of scary, you know. You almost win the battle, but then he, you know, then he reverse sweeps you when he gets the passive. Almost could go with Helicat here, but you know, he obviously can go with a second lockout. I think Nakarada might be safer pick. Okay, let's just YOLO it. I think this time I was maybe trolling. I should have just gone with Nakarada or Godzes. Maybe even Tormin, but the Tormin passive is so inconsistent. I wanna see Tormin buff. Okay, what do you guys think about this? Here's an idea for Tormin buff. His passive should be able to go through Stone Skin. What do you guys think about that? Not immunity, only Stone Skin. I think that would be fair. That wouldn't be like earth-shattering, game-breaking, but it would give Tormin like it would, you know, make him more viable. I don't know if he still would be like actually viable, but I feel like he could then maybe be viable against speed teams, because the nukers, like the really squishy nukers, are obviously always gonna be in a Stone Skin, meaning that even if you can, you know, like even if you otherwise could proc the Tormin passive when they speed boost it and give it attack buff and so on, that's not gonna happen because Stone Skin, and then when they get a single turn, they're gonna one-shot you. So I think that would be reasonable buff, honestly. Plarium was just they're asking content creators to make a video about champions that got buffed and use them in like arena. Okay, fuck me. I got like super destroyed. The Void super just annihilated me. I didn't even get the chance to maybe proc the protection. They're asking us to make videos about using the buffed champions. I think would be a lot easier to do those if they gave some good buffs to like champions, making them actually relevant. So like I like the Tormin concept of the champion, and you know, like I was saying before on the video, Plarium definitely on purpose. I mean, they're not dumb, they know what they're doing, you know. They do it on purpose, that they implement something that is very strong and, you know, possibly meta, and then they give it some time, and then they implement something that like completely counters and destroys it and makes the old meta completely unviable. Not even like, you know, less good, but completely unviable. They do this all the time. And Stone Skin, I mean, Tormin was one of the champions that they kind of did it. But the concept of him that like, if you run a speed team and you know, enable the team by, you know, going first and buffing your squishy nukers, you get punished with a freeze, which is not guaranteed. I think the concept of that mechanic is good because it's not too OP and it's like it makes sense. It sounds very interesting mechanic. The issue is that with the Stone Skin, it's just completely unviable. So I think buffing Tormin would actually be interesting. And I think that would be the most sensible buff too, because if you can freeze champions in Stone Skin but not immunity, it means there is counters against it, and it's not like game breaking at all, but it would do the original purpose of like the champion or the passive. Obviously, you know, it's completely pointless for like a random CC to give them any suggestions, so I've done it in the past, you know. Obviously it's not it's pointless to even make any suggestions. Let's put it that way. Harassing the community managers, you know, they can't do anything, and you know, they get it a lot from everybody, like for understandable reasons, you know. Content creators are giving feedback in the content creator chat and telling what, you know, they want to happen in the game, and I'm sure, you know, it's pointless and it's just annoying to them, so why bother? But there's an idea. I mean, I feel like, you know, if you made that idea to the, you know, team that balances the champions, I'm sure they would think that it's like a great idea. I think it totally makes sense to make that kind of buff. But, you know, it is what it is. What do you guys think about it? Do you think that sounds like not a good buff? Because I feel like that would be like super sensible buff. Or something along those lines. I mean, it could be something different, but I think that kind of archetype of countering speed teams that go first, which Stormin is like E-stat, I think that makes sense, and those there's just nothing like that you can do at this point. I haven't seen like this. It's the first Gizmok I think we see on today's video, and Gizmok I think is incredibly powerful. I wouldn't mind getting him. Okay, come on, don't get feared. Oh, nice. What? Oh, I think that was the damage. First of all, seemed very little, only 65k. But granted that I definitely didn't proc Helm Smasher, and I had decreased attack buff, and she had increased defense. But I think she proc like aspect of Siroth or something, or like some relic that makes her not die. I feel like she should have died there. Okay, it's over. If I change form now, he's gonna die to the burn, so I can't even change the form. Fuck. Okay. It is what it is. Yeah, I think that's one of those teams that he knows what to use against me, and he has good champions, so polymorph is the only way. I don't think I could have picked anything better, to be honest. Unless they did the Tormin buff, then maybe Tormin would have worked. But like, so I was trying to use Tormin a lot recently. I don't think he's good enough to use. I mean, if like, he's kind of almost sometimes, but he doesn't do any damage basically. His CC is very not good enough, let's put it that way. The stone skin and immunity buffs and everything else just like they have to take one turn before you can CC them, and that's not that makes the entire point of Tormin then completely pointless. Okay, another way to buff it, instead of having it to go the passive go through stone skin, they could just make it so that before Tormin takes a turn in the battle, his freeze can't be resisted or blocked in any way. I mean, it still is not like 100% chance to proc, but it could be so that before Tormin takes a turn, you basically can't resist or block it. That would be another way to implement it. That means that it would only happen for the first turn of the battle. It wouldn't be like permanently ignoring everything, but it would be kind of in the same vein of thought that you counter the speed teams. That would be another option. I'm sure you could do it in like 15 other ways too. Should I go for maybe Narsus Ankara, this one? Yeah, what can I even do against that? I think I have to go for Mario Span and pray. like always. I wonder if Plarium has like a dedicated balance team. They did make that announcement, I think. Was it like early on this year or something, or was it last year actually, that they're gonna do a lot more champion like buffs and nerfs on the next year, and it's gonna be like a focus in the game at this point, not like a super big focus, but it's gonna be like a regular small thing that they drop every month or something. I wonder if it's like a group of people that is in charge of it. Man, I would be so happy if I could like lobby with them and make like direct suggestions about specific champion buffs and nerfs. I feel like some of the, some of the things are like so, obvious that if you could just talk with them, like I think it would be easy to convince them about some stuff, even if not about everything. But there are so much things that I think we could do easily. Obviously, everybody's not gonna see eye to eye what should be buffed or nerfed, but you know what I mean. Like Polymorph and Rock, we might have, different opinions. I mean, he kind of agrees with me. He hates Polymorph, but he always, puts the caveat that he understands the reasoning. He just thinks that the Polymorph is a bad way to implement, measures against speed teams. So it's not like we disagree that badly, but I like it and he doesn't like it, so... Okay, we actually beat the full Mythic team. Galleos is, when he works, he works. If there was a way to, guarantee that Galleos gets a turn, and there's no way, but assuming that you go second. If there was, like, which was back in the day the case with Nakarada and just having 4-piece Stone Skin at one point, he would be so good. Like, I feel like Galleos is definitely meant for speed teams, to be fair. It's not meant to be a go second champion, but he does have some, like on the second form, he can't be CC'd, he's a little bit tankier than usual, and then he's not super tanky, so... I wish the passive that he cannot be CC'd was on the first form, to be honest, but... This name sounds super familiar. Sharky. I feel like it's maybe somebody that I've talked with in Discord or comments in my videos or something. But yeah, today's video is maybe not well. I mean, I guess that's not really my thing anyway. But fuck, Datus or Nakarada? Datus, let's go. Not not super hype video. It's just, you know, mellow, chilling and ranting, basically. If you wanna, if you wanna see the bass drop, then you go watch drop videos. But you know what you're getting with me. So, but I need to make some other videos too. I need to start making, you know, videos about my political opinions about the raid meta and this kind of stuff, like I used to do more. I need to make more videos, you know, they're probably less popular than just playing live arena, but I need to make some videos where the entire video is just me ranting instead of ranting during the battles. I need to let the voice out. There's so much things that I have to say now that I've gotten back to it. I need to start making videos. I think at one point me and Drock, like long time ago, we were joking about it, that we should make like a regular series where we just put like complain about PvP meta and like what things to buff and nerf and this kind of stuff. I should do something like that by myself, even if it's not a series, but I should make more videos like that. Just because I want to talk about those things a lot, so might as well. Okay, so far so good. That, I forget the champion's name. That one obviously is one of the top champions and super scary. This guy is level 98, so it's obviously lacking in the gear department, and he only has 3-star blessing on him. And like I was saying earlier on the video, on those like burn champions and Galvalax, you need to have as high level blessing as possible. It makes like, you can't do those strategies without high level blessing. Which, you know, is typical Plarium like money grabbing, so it is what it is. It's, you know, it's basically, oh fuck, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I should have done the A3. Fuck. Oh, I got extra turn with the relic now. That works like never. It never happened. Okay, but 2 times in a row. I feel like it's never proc for me in arena. I can't remember last time it happened. Now it happened 2 times in a row. I bet that guy feels, you know, feels like he got screwed. Oh fuck, he got screwed. Fuck, I got destroyed by recoil that hard. Should I do the revive instantly or heal? I think I should do... Oh no, let's do revive. I was thinking of doing the heal, but let's revive. Come on, no fear. Okay, nice. Okay, I think we're good. No? Man. This is definitely the kind of stuff that I'm not used to. I have to double check, but it's the relic that's killing me, right? It's the magma shield that is killing me. It's actually like insanely powerful in this battle. I mean, we won it, but that relic almost, you know, single-handedly won him the battle. Not here. I don't think you can't even see the buff description on the relic index, right? Where can I forget where you can get to it. Not here. It's somewhere here. No. Fuck. It's like a labyrinth, finding where you can see the information about boss and deboss. It's somewhere here, but I forgot what's the UI to see it. Some kind of info part. Ah, fuck. Okay, let's pull it up from IOM or something. The champion's HP bar is reinforced with magma shield for the indicated number of turns. Damage is calculated as normal, but is first applied to shield unless blah blah blah. When damage is dealt to the magma shield, it is first applied to the magma shield, then an equal amount of damage is also dealt back to the attacker. Dude, that shield was doing like big damage in that battle. I see it sometimes, but not that often, honestly. Considering that magma shield is like a normal relic, so it should be like basically the most common mythic there is. But then again, when I was doing polls about how many relics, mythic relics people have on video, and I did like multiple answers, the most popular choice was that they have 0 to 1 mythical relics. And when I think I forgot the numbers, but I think when I did like, do you have less than, do you have 0 mythic relics? I think it was like 35% or 40% or something on the stream. And obviously, you know, I can't, you know, specify the demographics, but I can say from, you know, chatting with, you know, people and, you know, seeing their accounts and logging into people's accounts that usually I think most of the people that watch, you know, my content, and I think basically all the PvP content, they're not like new players. They're usually like, they have way better accounts than me generally. So I don't think it's like half of the people are new players and they don't have good accounts. Usually like almost everybody that I talk with has like way better account than I do. So not everybody, but almost everybody. So I'm kind of surprised, honestly, that I don't have better account than most people, but live arena is, or like classic arena and so on, is very end game thing, I guess. And it's kind of, you know, when you play live arena, you're gonna see people's achievements, and I've mentioned it before, but if you look at the achievements and see what year they made account, I feel like a crazy number of the accounts in live arena have the 2019 achievements. I feel like it's not 50%, but maybe like 30% or 40%. It's very significant number of the enemies. I feel like it should, 29 achievements should be very rare, but it's actually not. It's definitely, yeah, let's go with the right door. Out of like all of the different year achievements, it's the most common one. It's not like more than 50%, but compared to like any specific other year, 2019 is by far the most common that I see. Not even close. I don't think, even if like, and the funny part is that if we like think about the content creators, I don't think, you know, most of the content creators started in 2019. I think it's only a couple of them. Maybe I'm wrong, but definitely like way more than like majority of the content creators are not 2019. So just the people watching, I guess. I don't know what to ban here. Yes, basically 3 lockouts. Yes, the stun, actual lockout, and then the lockout debuff. So or should I just go Embrace ban? The thing is that Carnage can totally kill me, but let's go for Embrace ban. I'm screwed like 1,000 different ways, so let's see if, you know, maybe I ban the Embrace and I polymorph the Carnage and then I can win that way. CD-Lots. Weird name. I don't know if that like means something specifically, but it sounds odd. What? I'm surprised that my What the fuck? Okay, he didn't see that coming either. He gave up instantly. I'm surprised that my Armans was faster than his Odin and Yumeko. By the way, we haven't gotten to 3 losses in row yet. We had like 2 times 2 losses in row, but no boss battles today. Pretty good. Okay, so 30 minutes left. I want to get 20 points more. Seems kind of doable. I think gaining a bit more points toward the end of the video than early on. Also, you know, obviously everybody will, like, 100% players are gonna agree with this, and Barium is not gonna, you know, obviously be keen on doing it. But at this point, first of all, there's so many champions that getting like any specific champion is insanely hard, unless we're talking about mythics. I mean, it's still hard, but not in the same way. And there's so many other pay-to-win mechanics outside of just getting champions, like, you know, you need to have blessing and I guess empowerment and, you know, that kind of stuff. I wish they would just let us have a lot more shards. Like, they should double or triple the amount of shards that we get, but obviously that's not gonna happen. But I wish they would considerably start adding shard rewards to content, which they never do, you know. You always get anything other than shards, let's say. Okay, again, Galvalax team and triple Nuker. Should I go with Narcissus and Ankara? I think it might make sense here too. I might not go for the Fabian ban. And it's also, the Ankara is gonna be in the stone skin. Yeah, let's do this. Let's ban the Carnage, let him have the Fabian, and I just need to pray that Empress doesn't destroy me too fast. Instead of praying the gay away, I'm praying the gay Empress away with the polymorph. So almost the same thing. It's such a funny old saying that people were praying the gay away. Oh, did I get another extra turn? Dude, I was complaining about the relic never proccing in PvP, and then I had it twice in a row, and then in the next fight it procs again. That relic is actually has insane potential. In a way, I think it's kind of like polymorph, that proccing that extra turn can literally win you the fight in some situations. Maybe not, obviously not as powerful as polymorph, but it is kind of crazy. The issue with it is that it's not a damage relic. It gives you, like, I think, resistance and, you know, defense and stats that doesn't help you unless you have, like, maybe support in, like, specific scenarios. But I don't have, like, any crazy OP support that could use it. Maybe like Galatir or Crixia or something like that. But would be insane to have it on those. Okay, I don't know what's gonna happen. Come on, please don't get feared, fuck. I think we're still gonna lose. Right? Come on, don't die. I think Ankara is gonna die. Fuck. Fuck. Almost got it. It almost looked like I was gonna win. No. Empress is too strong. Fuck. I'm getting closer to Empress, but it's not gonna be, you know, it's not gonna be next week. It's still gonna be like 1.5 months or something like that. So I can't wait to play it with Empress. It's gonna be fun, I'm sure. He's kind of gonna, you know, compete over the gear with White King Narcissus, obviously, but I definitely have good gear to put on him. Oh, I was gonna pick Nakarada and Galleos, but I guess that's not gonna happen. Fuck. There's no way I can pick Rotos against 2 Force Affinity Nukers. That's just not gonna happen. Fuck. Do I need to go with Ankura and Narcissus? Yeah, I mean, I could try to go with Helicat, to be honest, in this battle. We'll almost try that. Yeah, let's try it, let's try it. I mean, assuming that he doesn't pick another lockout, but it already looks kind of bad. Come on, Helicat. Let's see what you got. Now, he kind of counters it, but if I proc the protection set, then I guess I'm good. I mean, he definitely counters it if I wasn't using protection set, but I mean, that's the point. And, you know, Galleos can obviously hit through the block damage with that one nuke, but it doesn't hit that hard, so it's still useful. Come on, no weak hits. Okay, nice. I wasn't gonna get a double turn if I didn't get it, but okay, that's is that the game? Everybody's stunned before I get done. This is how my enemies feel like every battle. It's just complete domination. It feels so unfair to have the entire enemy team stunned before they get a single turn. Okay, I mean, I guess we got a Helicat win, but again, like, we definitely would have won regardless of Helicat, so... let's try Nakarada against the Carnage. it's getting super dark here. Like, it's not that late, but you know, obviously it varies a little bit on the countries, but it's like almost 7 p.m. in my time, so it's not late at all, but it's like pitch black outside, which is, you know, kind of making my animalistic side feel like it's about time to go sleep, and you know, I'm feeling tired, even though maybe tired is not the right word, but I'm feeling like very, you know, mellow, kind of tired, you know, just not super hype, which I'm not like either way, but I feel less that than usual, just because it's so like it's pitch black outside and it's not even late. And I slept well and I ate well, and you know, it's not like I'm sleep deprived or anything, which, you know, I'm prone to, but I'm not now, so I've definitely thought many times of why not trying to live in some other countries, like the fuck. I mentioned him doing it before, but there's that one raid content creator that I forgot the country. He moved to like Malaysia or Sri Lanka or one of those countries. I don't think it was like Vietnam or Thailand. I think it was another one, but that's kind of cool and interesting. Finland is, you know, cold and dark country, and the summer lasts, you know, 2 months, and then you have 10 months of winter. So, you know, there is some downsides, even though, you know, compared to other countries, it's like a safe country, and you know, there's public healthcare, education, you know, kindergarten, you name it. It's in all of those things, like the standard of living in relation to other countries is super high here. We're not like the richest country or anything close to that, but the living standard is very high. But I wish it was warmer. I wish the fish in the lakes was bigger, like, you know, our fish doesn't grow very large because it's cold. And, you know, it would be fun to go outside with t-shirts like every day of the year, and you know, not have like pitch black at 7 p.m. and stuff. So if Finland was just located not in Finland but like in the, like, you know, East Asia or something, would be nice. I wish we could just we could just switch locations with another country. They can move to the north and we can take their place. I think that would be good. Because honestly, like, the biggest downsides in Finland, it all has to do with like the location. Like, it's the environmental things. It's not, you know, that's the only issue really in Finland. It just, you know, I wish it wasn't cold. I wish it wasn't, you know, dark and, you know, snow outside, or, you know, ice on the walkway and this kind of stuff. I can't go fishing anymore. It's too cold, and you know, fuck. Yeah, I think we have to go with double reviver. Here's a funny thing. So, like on Sunday, I was like, fuck my, you know, I've told this before that I live in like a very small town. There's like one shop here, and it's a very, very tiny town with just, you know, population of like 1k or something like that. And, so it was like 6 p.m. and I was like, or I think it was like 6:20, and I was like, oh, I'm super hungry, I don't have any food in fridge. Fuck, the shop closed like 20 minutes ago, already 6 p.m. You know, it's it closed that early on a Sunday, and you know, I can't be bothered to, you know, go far away for shop. So I went to like get the burger from the local bar, which is, you know, even on Sunday it was kind of popping off there, as it is every day, because there's nothing else to do, and all the local village drunks go there every day, like in some, you know, some RPG game. And I was, you know, just going there to get a burger and dipping out, because they actually have like quite good food. It's not like it's a bar, it's not a restaurant, but they have, you know, they don't make, you know, restaurant style food. They make like burgers and pizzas and that kind of stuff, but it's surprisingly good for like food not being their main purpose. They have pretty good food, so I went to get a burger, and there was like some random Irishman visiting our, like, you know, random village, and I ended up staying there and, you know, hanging out until the bar closed, even though I just went out to get a burger. And, you know, it was fun, you know, but it was obviously, you know, cold, so you couldn't really go outside, like, you know, late on a Sunday, and, you know, us being in winter in Finland, and it's not middle of the summer, so it's basically winter, and would be a lot more nice if it was warm. It's much more fun to go there on a summer when it's warm, but it lasts so small amount of time. I'm not really, you know, the type of guy to go to bars a lot. I mean, it's not like I haven't done it, but usually it's like, I mean, not usually, I don't think I have ever gone to bar alone with the intent of actually like going to the bar. If I go to the bar, it's like other people, you know, go, and I'm going with them. But, you know, the concept of like a local village bar is pretty, you know, cool. And I think it's kind of typical in Finland. And it's not just this place, but it's many other spots outside of, like, you know, the big cities, of course, especially the capital city Helsinki, which, you know, it's the same deal in like every big city. You guys know, it's not just Finland. But it would be so much better if it was if it was just more southern location. All the issues come down to the environment. Like, think about it this way: if you live like in a not small country, if you live in a warm country, like those, you know, South or East Asian countries. Wait, I think I need to go with yeah, Duchess and pray for polymorphs. So if you live in those countries, you can, like, maybe I'm wrong, like, I get that there's downsides, that it's maybe too hot sometimes and you're always sweating, and, you know, there's, you know, maybe bugs and, you know, scary wildlife like poisonous spiders or snakes or whatever, but you can always go outside with t-shirt, you know, it's warm and sunny. I feel like it has to be so much better than Finland. Maybe I'm wrong. Somebody who thinks I'm super wrong about this, then, like, tell me why I'm, like, you know, looking at this with, like, I don't know how you call it, like rose-tinted glasses, or like reverse rose-tinted glasses, that I think, you know, Finnish environment sucks, but I wish Finland was warm. Like, if I could choose any country to live in, if we don't take into account environmental factors, it would definitely be Finland, don't get me wrong, but the environmental factors is like huge deal, and we have like everything, you know. Environmental factors, sure, it's like, you know, nice nature and this kind of stuff here, but it would be elsewhere too. Like, you know, it's not like Finnish people would like fuck up the environment or something. It would be good environment even if we lived in Australia or something. But, you know, we just got the short end of the straw in the location. Maybe Finland wouldn't be this kind of place if we, you know, lived in other area of the world because of the culture. I get it. But it would just be so much nicer to switch the location. I'm still seriously thinking about moving to like one of those warm countries and trying it out. Even though I really like my, you know, where I live. But still I'm thinking about it. It's been something that I've been, you know, thinking about for a very long time actually. Like several years. Come on. Can I get one turn on my nukers? Just one turn. Yeah. That's a no. Fuck me. Yeah, that's a depressing battle. I'm so used to that kind of BS. Wait, did I lose 3 battles in a row? Is the bot account? He doesn't have any avatar frames. Does that mean it's bot? Maybe? I wasn't paying attention if I got 3 losses in a row. I feel like I didn't, but maybe I did. Okay, I don't think this is gonna be a Rotos battle, but let's go with Mod, I guess. It's not looking like a bot, but it's not the first time that I fought a bot and they had like completely meta team. Should I whip out the Tormin against this guy? Might as well. Should I do it? Let's yeah, let's do it. Tormin, or should I just go with Ankora and Narsus? Let's go with, yeah, with Rooster. He could maybe weak hit on him. Maybe I'm actually gonna ban the Gurgo. Let's see what he picks. Okay, so he didn't pick a third nuker, so I could actually go for Gurgo. Ban, I think, yeah, let's do it. I mean, Toshiro can obviously kill me, he has damage, but I do have, and I guess he gets the immunity from Warlord. Almost forgot about that, but he could open with the, is it A2 instead of the A3 and get the shield and immunity. But I do have one Force Affinity Reviver and Nuker, so that gives me kind of good natural counter against him. Okay, so he did open with the lockout. I almost thought he would just open with the A2, but I'll take it. I mean, yeah, I feel like he made a mistake there, honestly. Okay. Galleo's damage is crazy. When you can get the defense down, the damage is just sick. Like in the old days, you know. It's kind of crazy to think about that Tranda used to be the best nuker for so many years. But that was because... What happened there? Okay, I guess I have time for one more. That was because, you know, using buff strippers was so easy back in those days. Everybody was running Ceres or Kaimar, so... But it's still crazy, you know. Tranda is nothing these days and hasn't been for a very long time. Like, if we did a list of nukers these days, what rank would Tranda be? Like, rank 70? You know, I feel like it would be nowhere, you know. It would be dozens and dozens of champions above him. Yet he was the best nuker, she was the best nuker for many years. How's that even possible? Like every single mythic champion, even if they're not meant to be nuker, they would probably be better nuker than Tranda, pretty much, so... But yeah, okay, so what is my feelings about Helicat? I mean, I think this is gonna be... Okay, Airstreet and Bomb Team. This is kind of interesting as last battle. I guess we go Torm in 2 fights in a row. Fuck, wait. He still has 1 nuker left. He could go with double bomb. I think I go with Wukong here. Yeah. So anyway, Helicat. Helicat with like 9-piece protection and using it as support. Okay, okay, so he did go with double bomb. I kind of saw that coming. Let's see, maybe with Tormin passive and Wukong passive, I can get 1 turn on Wukong if we ban the lockout. Maybe that's a win condition. But yeah, I would say that it does feel like Helicat can sometimes be good, but there's obviously better things than him. So, you know, if you have a good account, then basically never. But I think he can be used, but it's very rare, even if you put him in protection set, to find a battle where he is useful. But he can be like very decent sometimes, very rarely in specific matchups. And it could be a different experience if you have like a account that is running speed teams. It might be more useful to you than me, let's say. So I wouldn't I would consider trying him out in 9-piece protection just to see if it works for you. But definitely it's not like inventing like a new meta. Ironically, it's not like running running Gala in arena. It's not as OP, but maybe it's like an option. I'll keep him in protection, so I'll keep him in at hand to use him. I'm not gonna put him back to Stone Skin, but I am gonna try to get the nuke protection build, even though it seems really dumb and memey. I'll try to get that build on him, and I'll have him in protection, like just for the foreseeable future, unless, you know, I just completely stop using him or something. But I'm not expecting to use him a lot, because I kind of obviously, you know, I was kind of planning to try him out today, because I haven't been doing that in a long time, and I didn't end up using him in many fights. To be fair, I think I used him in 4 fights and I won 3 of them, so he had kind of high win ratio, I think, but I think it was kind of coincidence, and I wish I would have gotten more more battles where I could use him to evaluate him a bit more, but I guess I'll keep him as an option. I don't really see Helicat ever, so it's not like anybody is using him. But the 9-piece protection set is 75% chance, so it is very, you know, not guaranteed, but you can kind of bank on getting the protection. The main issue is actually getting a turn on him and going before your team dies, but I think that's the bigger issue than the protection proccing, so... Also, 116 points, not bad. I only played 2 hours, I think, so wasn't a full 3-hour session either. Anyway, that's it. Have a nice day and see ya.